A poet laureate is someone who is articulating the mind of a community. When you put something into poetry, you make it memorable. When you make it memorable, it stays with people. You pass it from one generation to the other. You're creating a tradition of ideas, consciousness, and communication.
One thing I think there's no particular list of things you have to do as a laureate. It's that you're given a blank check. You can fill in the things that you can do and that your community needs. It's a sort of match between your skills and the community's needs.
I grew up when I was born here in Windsor, and I grew up in Riverside, and went to Catholic schools, and had the nuns shepherding us through the Catholic school system. And the nuns are always very, very severe with us. But I remember squirming in my seat and having to go to the bathroom, and I'd put up my hand, and the nuns would say, "Pray." So this is a poem called "Praying and Peeing," and it's really also a poem about a picture that I saw from a French photographer by the name of Robert Doisneau. And there's a picture of all these little boys all lined up at these urinals, and one of the boys has a bird on his head.
The thing about the Poet Laureate programs is that for those communities that haven't discovered them, for the bang you get for your buck, you do more to elevate your perception as a arts-friendly community. It's probably the cheapest, most effective method you can use to put yourself out there as a community that really, supports the arts.
I see my role as a poet laureate as telling the story of Windsor. I think we have such a richness of stories in this community that the community doesn't know about. And I think using the genre of poetry, we're able to get that to them very quickly. We're able to get that to them in a very effective, meaningful, and poignant way. And so, for me, it's telling the Windsor story and going and finding the audiences to share that story with them. And also, it means listening to the stories that are out in the community and being aware of them, and really just reflecting those back to the people.
So I see myself as this little boy at St. Thomas School in Riverside, Ontario. I am the boy with the bird on his head, and I'm peeing. And this damn bird that has come in through an open window at the school urinals won't budge. I wiggle, I squirm, hoping erratic movements will nudge this fluttering angel, but instead its feet shift on my head, like it's standing on a spinning globe. The other boys beside me peeing at the row of urinals are all laughing at me. And I begin praying to the Blessed Virgin, "Please Mary, Mother of Jesus, the ever-blessed and most immaculate, most glorious beyond compare, woman without defilement who gave birth to God, the Word, the true Mother of God. I love all living things. I know this to be God's creature. Please make this motley dove fly away. Please make these boys wet themselves from laughing so hard. Please free me finally of these claws that dig into my scalp. It's the least you can do. I'm peeing, for heaven's sakes."